Hi, welcome to The Seat We Fill, podcast about people, places, and moments that shape us. I'm Adam Hardacre, and I like to identify as a writer, Evertonian, Scouser, and someone who believes stories matter, wherever they're told from a football seat, care setting, or kitchen tables. It's not a podcast where we just shout at clouds and be angry over false narrative. It's about honesty, community, conversations that actually mean something. So wherever you are, hope you're having a good day, and let's stick kettle on, get comfortable, get into it. Today we're chatting to Beth and Matt, a couple from Liverpool who gave up teachers to chase their dreams of art and physical ed- physical education. Is it, Matt? Or
That was what I taught, yeah. The dreams, travelling and exploring the world out.
Traveling, health,
Yep.
wellness.
Yes.
And how's that going for you at the moment? You're going away next week.
Yeah, literally in 1 week. So very excited. It's getting really real now because I've packed my bag, sold my car. So
We're
Yeah.
invested.
yeah, it's happening.
And where are you going to? Where's the first point's destination?
Cool.
So we are flying to Singapore, and then we're traveling all around Southeast Asia. So Malaysia, Thailand, Cambodia, Laos, Vietnam, hopefully Japan, and then Australia after that. So it's a very big adventure on the other side of the world.
What's the how's the family feel about that? Are they nervous for you or just excited?
I think that they're more nervous than they're letting on. I try not to feel guilty about the fact that I'm leaving. I think the guilt's starting to like hit me a little bit now that I'm leaving. There's been a few like close to tears moments. Do you want to talk about those?
Yeah, it's one of them, and you got to live your own life. You got to do what makes you happy, and you got to chase your own dreams. But obviously, it doesn't make it any easier. It's still emotional and stuff. So this next week will be emotional. Already had a few tears
Yeah.
off my mum. My dad's hard to crack, but he's getting close. So yeah, it'll be a hard week, but I think once we're on the plane and we set off, it'll be exciting.
Yeah.
I mean, it's that good emotion though, isn't it? It's like, it's not a sad emotion, it's a happy emotion because you're moving on and doing something great. And
Yeah, exactly.
obviously,
Yeah. It's
yeah.
just change, and change can be difficult sometimes, but it's a good thing.
So before we start on the questions, tell us about you started out as teachers and then decided to move into art and travelling and everything else. What was the final straw for you that pushed that over?
Well,
Wanna
a
go?
few things.
Oh.
I think first of all, I think teaching is really hard, and people
Mhm.
who have never been a teacher before, like probably will never quite realize how many things you've got to balance as a teacher. Like you're not just a teacher, you're like a therapist, you're a social
Yeah.
worker, like you're just everything, and the workload is just insane. And then for what you're getting paid, you reach a point where you kind of think like, right, I've got to kind of think about my own well-being here and like
Mhm.
what I want to do. And I became a teacher because of my subject, because I just love art. And I love working with young people as well. But I think I realised, what, I've taught for 5 years now. I've gained loads of confidence from this, and like I've really like become driven. So now I want to explore my own artwork and pursue that. So that was the decision, and it was also helped encouraged by meeting Matt.
I give it
Yeah.
a bit of a friendly nudge,
Yeah,
just to
he
say,
gets me
like,
out my comfort zone.
this is not it. This is not it.
Yeah.
There's more to life than this. And like, I've lived in New Zealand for 2 years. When I was 21, I done Camp America and stuff, so I've already experienced this stuff to an extent,
Mhm.
and travelled quite a bit, so I know, how amazing it is. So I give Beth a bit of a polite nudge. So it's probably been more difficult for her than me, but I think now once we quit the job and she got into doing her art outside of school, and that she realised that that there actually is other things you can do. That
Yeah.
when you've been doing one thing
Mhm.
for so long, you sort of feel like you can get trapped in that. But she smashed it the last few
Yeah.
months. She's been flying, selling her own art, doing really, really well, better than she even thought she could have.
No,
So
honestly, so much better. Right? Like it's like, oh, there's a whole new world out there. I can't
Yeah.
believe like I didn't do it sooner. But no, I've got no regrets. Like I'm really glad that I taught, and like having that 5 years teaching like really has shaped
Mhm.
me.
mm,
So no
yeah,
regrets.
I enjoyed it too, and it was really good for the period of time. But I'm undiagnosed, but I've definitely got ADHD myself, and
Yeah.
I just get. I can't. I find it very hard to stay in the same thing, doing repetitive
Yeah.
things for
Yeah.
so long, and I just feel like I always want a new challenge. So I've done it for 4 years, and then it was just coming to the point where I was already thinking, I don't want to do this another year. I want to get out of here and go and explore. So it's all fell into place nicely. We've had, we've had a good time. We've met each other. We've had some good memories. We've saved up money. We've put ourselves in a good position, and now it's just time to go and enjoy ourselves.
Mm. And I think another
And-
thing that like confirmed it for me is 2 years ago when we had our 6-week holiday.
Mm.
We decided to literally on the last day of term, we got a flight that the next
Amsterdam.
night to Amsterdam, and then we backpacked
Mhm.
from there all around Europe for the whole 6 weeks. Came back the
Oh,
day
nice.
before we
Came
got
back
back to work.
the day before school, about 10 o'clock at night, and then we were literally in the next morning.
I absolutely loved it. So I was like, yeah, I want to see
I want more of this.
more. Yeah, so I got the book
I
then.
mean, that is definitely the definition of impulsiveness ADHD, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Like,
it works
Yeah,
out
and
well
it-
most of the time.
it does. We've got some good
it's
memories.
interesting you said that because obviously I've got ADHD, and I think it's very because neurodivergence is so different for everyone. Mine is more based on routine and structure, where obviously yours is more kind of the impulsiveness sides and the wanting to
Yeah.
be free and travel. I love how like neurodivergence is just that it's so different for everyone and it's divergent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like brings it to life, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Beth, your art. So obviously, we first spoke when I bought one of your pictures from the Goodson Park pitch that you've done, which is up in
Yeah.
the office now, and I just love it.
Oh.
Where can people get your art from? Where can they find all your stuff to buy?
Yeah, so I post loads on Instagram about my art. So that's Bethany Payet Artist, which you can follow me on. And then I have my own website as well, which is where you can buy actually my work on my shop. So that's bethanypayetartist.co.uk.
And all the inspiration in Singapore and Australia. That's going
Oh
to be
yeah.
leading
That's
to a
one of
lot
the
more.
one of the big reasons why I want to go as well, because like the scenery there is going to be like amazing, and nature's one of the main things that inspires me. I love being out in nature. So just like it's just a whole different world in that side of the world. Like I've only seen photographs, but I just know in person it's going to be unreal.
I think the most
Yeah.
exciting thing is that everywhere we go is going to be brand new. So everywhere we go, we've never ever been before. It's a fresh set of eyes, new experience, a new culture every single time. So that's so exciting for me. That's probably the thing I'm looking forward to most.
Yeah, I'll be like a little
Yeah.
kid, just like.
And I'm jealous. I wish, that just sounds amazing.
Mhm.
I think I've been to Asia once, went to Thailand when I was younger, and it's just different. All the colours and the sensations of that place. It's just so special.
Yeah, yeah.
But
So
what would let's answer the podcast questions then, my separate questions. What words would you use to describe Liverpool? How does that feel to you?
Do you want to go first or me?
sure, yours was quite good, so I'll let you go second.
Okay.
I was thinking, I mean, there's loads of words you could use, but I was thinking like togetherness, because I feel like I've realised that Liverpool is so different to other cities because everyone,
Mhm.
it is like a family. Like there's just such camaraderie between everyone in Liverpool. Like, it's like a family in that you have your banter. Like, I'm a bit of a wall, so, people call me a wall and like, you laugh about that. And like, it's just a special place. Like everyone cares about each other. And I don't feel like you get
Mhm.
that level of care for other people that you in anywhere else that I've been.
And it's one of the things I've been talking to a few people about the whole wool conversation. There's a lot of people in like the outskirts of Liverpool, so Sefton and
Yeah.
Birkenhead and all that, who do see themselves as like Scouse and Liverpool. It's Scouse is about a connection and a togetherness, as you say, and a kind of it's an identity more than a being born under the ladder beds.
Yeah,
Um,
100%. Yeah.
so it's how people feel rather than what people say. Where a lot of people say you're not Scouse if you don't do this, but it's like,
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
Yeah.
got to
It's
be
like a
born in.
competition, isn't
It
it?
is. It's like who can be the most Scouse.
Yeah. And it
Yeah.
is. It's a multicultural thing. It's
It is. Yeah. Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
different for everyone, and it's how you identify more than anything.
Yeah.
Mm.
Definitely. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Matt, let's say this amazing answer then.
My word I would say is it's full of character. Character would be the word that comes to mind for me. Is like we were thinking about it the other day. Just like Scousers are just funny, aren't they? And like I
Yeah.
don't know. I've been other places where like you think this place is boss. I'm like, I don't know if I could live here, and you think, what is it? And it's just like, it's not that anywhere you live has to have Scousers there, but when you go away, especially when I lived in like New Zealand for 2 years and
Mhm.
coming back, you can just click with people and have a laugh, because I think maybe it's because you've got all the same, similar experiences. You can laugh about the stuff you got up to in school and like the stuff you watched on telly. Like you're all done similar things, and the footy team you support and where you used to play footy and all these
Mhm.
different things that you can like relate to. I think that might be what it is, but I don't know. It's just the banter and stuff, isn't it? It's just different. Like me and my mate. One of my mates, he's not a Scouse, he's from Burnley, but I think Northerners are very similar. And when we
Yeah.
went to America, it was hilarious. Like, we call each other names. Like, he was calling me a lanky muppet. I was calling him a big, fat, smelly muppet, whatever, names. And these Americans are like, oh my God, that's horrible. Are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. He was like, why did you call him that? He was like, we're just joking. He was like, it's just banter. He's my mate. And they were like, what? They just didn't get it. And
Yeah.
like, it made my head fall off at first, because that was just when I don't do it so much now, but when you're like 16, 18, 20,
Mhm.
whatever, like, that's just the way you talk to your mates, isn't it? Like, it's not like an intelligent conversation. You just terrorize each other, and that's how you tell
Yeah.
each other you love each other.
Mhm.
And that's it. It's our own way of speaking and connecting with people. It's like people outside the city don't understand that just because you're calling someone a really horrible word or something really vile, it doesn't mean
It's
that
a
you
chain
mean
of
that.
endearment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. You're just using a word that's like a general kind of calling someone a divvy means, oh, I love you, mate.
Yeah. Yeah. There's not many places that have the same level of like humour
Yeah,
as in Liverpool. I'd say like maybe like Geordies, Newcastle, Scotland,
Mhm.
maybe comes
yeah,
close,
the Scottish people are funny, to be fair.
but yeah,
Yeah.
it's just it's hard to find people on that level.
It's very much all the working class cities, isn't it? And the cities who've been through
Yeah.
the hardships that
Mhm.
know what, the humour that comes from it.
Mm.
Um, when you are away travelling, 'cause one of the other things that people always say is you always bump into Scousers
Yeah,
when
I'm
you're a bit
100%.
sure we
away.
will.
Yeah.
100%. I can tell you that I was very quickly say, when I was in New Zealand, bear in mind, New Zealand's the opposite side of the world, pretty much. If you look on the map,
Mhm.
it doesn't really get much further apart from the little islands past New Zealand. And I was in a small town called Queenstown, in a little bar, literally on the rooftop bar with 40 people in. And I just heard, yes, now, bro. I said, went over, I went, no way. It was like 2 a.m, by the way. And I went, where are
Yeah.
you from? And he went, Crosby, lad, where are you from? And it turned out that his mum was mates with my mum.
It's mad, isn't it?
Small.
It's like we're such a
Yeah,
big city and everyone just
they're
knows each
everywhere.
other as
We
well.
just find each other.
It's the same though. You can find an Irish bar anywhere in the world,
Yeah.
can't you? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
we just
I
migrate.
think
We take over and conquer.
Yeah.
we're always like no more than 2 or 3 degrees of separation from any Scouser that you meet, aren't you?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But when you are travelling away, what's going to be the biggest thing about the city that you're going to miss? What's the thing that's going to like draw you back in some ways?
The people. Probably.
Family.
Family of people. Yeah. Just like we were saying, like the Scouse
Yeah.
humour, just like that level of like family and sense of belonging. Like you probably will look back and think, oh, like it's home, isn't it?
Quite a
Yeah.
few of my mates I spoke to who've lived in like Thailand, Asia and stuff, and Australia, whatever. They've all said that when they come home, they realise how much they miss Scousers, and they're trying to explain it. Like, I don't know how to explain it. They're like, oh, but just when you come home, you just speak to people you haven't seen in
Mhm.
ages. They're just different. And like, I don't think they realise how much different we are until you go away to somewhere like Australia, where the culture and that's maybe
Yeah.
not Australia, their culture's similar in a way,
Mm.
but I think somewhere like Thailand where it's just completely different. I think, yeah, that'll be the main thing. The main thing I miss is
Mm.
family and just that banter, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. I think I spoke before when I was 18, like 1999, I went and moved to America for 6 months and was working over there in a kid's home. And it was before the internet really was what the internet is. You couldn't do like video calls as much and all that. It was really, so I'd rely on like one phone call a week and just getting all the information. Like, but now you've got so much that you can just look at on the internet and find that back at home, can't you? Think there's something there for you to look back on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where I was, I don't know if you do remember the Pink Echo.
No.
No, so every Saturday after the football, about 5 o'clock, the Echo would release a pink edition, and it was all the
Yeah.
football results and all the reports on the match. And it was just a newspaper that got released every Saturday about 5 o'clock. And that was the only way of finding out all the scores, other than like the old CFAX and teletext and all that. And I
Now
used to
it's
get
just
that sent to me every week to America, so keep up to date with the football.
Well, Beth wouldn't know about that anyway. She only reads the Formby Times.
I mean, it's better than Beatles times, I suppose, but you know.
Yeah. I've appeared in the Formby Times, actually,
I was only joking. I
Alright.
was only joking. I didn't realise.
as a kid.
Not with the art or anything, no.
No.
Not yet. Not yet.
So tell us about the city that raised you. What was the part of the city that you grew up in? How did that influence on what you went on to do? And
Do you want me to go first?
Go on, you go first.
So I was born and raised in Walton, Liverpool, L9 for only 8 years, and then I moved and become a traitor and went to Maghull. So I'd say I'm a bit of a
Oh.
hybrid Scouser. I'm a Maghull head, as people maybe call. I've lived in Maghull since I was 8. So I went to St John Bosco Primary, went to Maricourt High School, and then in sixth form I went to Archbishop Beck, so I sort of moved back towards the Scouseness again. And yeah, that was my school experiences. I had a really good childhood, to be honest. I was really lucky. Growing up in Maghull was amazing. Very grateful that my mum and dad moved us, because I lived in it was Orrell Park until I was 8, but there's not really many, green places to play in, and I was very grateful that when we moved to Maghull, they had a nice football field right behind our house, and that was pretty much my childhood, just playing football all the time. I had some really good mates growing up. We'd all play on the park pretty much every day. Summer holidays, be out at 9 a.m. in the morning till about 8 at night. Till my mum dragged me home by me ear because I wouldn't have me tea. And yeah, it was amazing. And then went to sixth form in Archie, so expanded my horizons a little bit. And yeah, my childhood was pretty much just centered around football, playing football with my mates, playing FIFA on the Xbox. And then I played semi-professional football and played for Everton, Wigan and Tranmere as a kid as well. So that was my main thing until I was about 18 when I broke my leg, but I won't go into too much detail on that now. I think it's pretty off topic on the question.
no, well, I mean, it's obviously, growing up in Maghull, you said about the green spaces. That's obviously built your passion for outdoors and
Yeah.
all the travelling and all that, hasn't it? And I said to you
Definitely,
before,
yeah.
so one of your videos with the cold tip rivers and
I didn't get
that's
into
just
that until I was in New Zealand. That was more inspired with the freezing cold lakes in New Zealand and the Wim Hof stuff. I don't think there's any too many cold waterfalls in Maghull or Walton.
I feel like there's a
or
lot
not
of
any that
Scouts
you'd want to
who
go
are
swimming
with them.
about in.
What'd you say?
Definitely none you'd want to go swimming in Maghull or around Liverpool or anything.
Probably not in not in the Maghull Canal. No
No.
cold dips in there. There's a few trolleys and stuff in there. Do you want to talk
And what about
yours?
you, Beth? What was
So I mean, I am a Wool, but I feel like I've become a lot more connected to Liverpool.
Formby, through and
teaching.
through. Come on, Formby.
But do you know what? I feel really, really grateful to have. I was born in Liverpool Women's,
Shut up.
but I grew up in Formby.
Oh.
I went to Range High School. I liked high school, but I feel like I didn't really fully come into my own until like I went to college and really like started to focus on my art and everything. And I've just loved art since I was young. It's just my happy place. And then it was when I sort of started doing teacher training that I worked in the Dingle in like a really rough school, and then I trained in St Margaret's in Egbert. So I started to really like experience Liverpool more and connect with like young people and young Scousers. And I think that's when I really like appreciated just the city and what it means to kind of be a Scouser. And I had friends who lived in Sefton Park by Lark Lane. So I really kind of connected with Sefton Park then. I love going there and going for walks there. So it's just, a mixture of things. Like I've grown up a Wool, but then I've
been training her.
I've become more of an honorary Scouser now.
We've been doing Scouse training and I got to, pronounce words and all that.
Yeah.
Doing the full montage and all that, the Rocky
She's
montage
getting there.
training.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's getting there.
So you both, I know you talked about school there and like coming into your own when you went on to different things and on your own passions. And
Mm.
as like teachers, one of my things about the education system is like we don't teach kids to follow what they're good at unless it's
Yeah,
part of the curriculum. And it's very
Yeah.
much, my son's very much into art, and I used to be really like, he needs to focus more on the art. That's what he loves. That's what he wants to do. And it's like, well, we haven't got the funding for it. We're going to cut that back a little bit. And it's like, well,
yeah,
you can't teach a fish to swim, a
yeah,
bird to swim, sorry, or a fish to
yeah,
like sit in the tree.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's like we don't fit the education system around what children feel and fit into a lot, do we?
yeah,
No, 100%. And that's one of the things that I didn't really like about teaching is like just how much, especially as an art teacher, it felt like my
Hmm.
subject was just put on like the back burner a bit. Like if there was
Yeah.
stuff going on in school, they wouldn't take them out of like English, maths, science.
There was PE or
They'd
art,
take them out of art or they'd take them out
always.
of PE. And
Just take them
you'd
out.
see
Sorry,
them.
listen, it's fine.
Some of them I'd see once every 2 weeks. So
Mm.
like it would take a while to even just get to know them, let alone like for them to just learn art with me. Like they'd be taught partly by non-specialist teachers who were not trained in art in any way. So it just devalues your subject and it devalues the kids who that's where they thrive. Like I've always been really creative and I was lucky that I got to choose art as a GCSE and performing arts. And they were two of my A-star subjects, which just shows like that's where I thrived. But then now with the way the curriculum is, the kids they're allowed to take maybe one creative subject and then they have
Yeah.
to take humanities, they have to take a language, they've got to take obviously maths, English, science. And that's just where the focus is. It's just academic, but it does not in any way, you know, play to their strengths, and it's so unfair.
No, we were talking about this literally the other day, like exactly what you said about, it's getting, basically school is getting everybody to do the same, jump through the same hoops when, like you said, the fish and a monkey and a bird all have different skills, and it's like asking them all to go and climb a tree. That's exactly what it is. And it's not fair. You can't really slag off like teachers or like head teachers because it's not really their fault.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
above them. It's the government. It's the way the system is built.
It is the
It's
curriculum,
not
and
really, they can only operate within that system. There's only so much they can do. So
Yeah.
it's one of them. But at the same time, that's no help to kids like your son, like you say. Like I was literally saying the other day, imagine how much happier kids would be if they were given choice early on. So like a kid like yours, who I'm assuming is very creative or loves creative stuff. Imagine if he could take drama, art, dance, PE, all these different creative things, whatever, or DT, and do about 8 of these all creative subjects and just get really good at all of them, and take the emphasis off all like the other ones, like geography and history, if they hate it, but they're forced to do it. Like I remember when I was in school, one thing that stuck in my mind was I actually wanted to learn Spanish in my head as like a little kid in year 7. I thought, Spanish would be quite fun to learn. I'll go on holiday to Spain with my mum and dad, that'd be boss. And I got to school in year 7, they went, right, this half of the year, you're doing French and you're doing Spanish. So I had to do French, hated it, switched off and never learned it. So, that's just one example from my own experience where you've been forced into something you didn't want to do, which has led you to not enjoy it and not want to do it.
Yeah.
And I think as well, because obviously it's both being teachers, Beth with the art, Maths, you in physical education, it's, you're in that for your passion more than anything else. And it's like,
Mhm.
I find that, you'd have English teachers, you have to got a passion for English and all that, but then teaching it, there's not, and I'm not stereotyping, but there's not a lot of passion when it's like the set subjects, whereas it's specialists like music, art, PE, the teacher has to have that passion for it already.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
just something, oh yeah, I love literature, I'm going to, talk about literature. You've got
Yeah.
a passion for it and doing more about it and having that kind of skill as well. They're always the subjects that get put on the back burner and cancelled, aren't they?
Yeah. It's really sad.
And it's
Yeah,
not
it's
to
such
take
a
away any of
powerful-
the teachers and what they do, but obviously it is just a bit of more specialist, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The system needs to change, and I think a lot of teachers share our views as well. But
Okay.
like Matt said, like
You're powerless.
you are powerless. Like you can't really do anything unless the system changes.
Yeah.
Do you think if the system had changed because you would have stayed in it longer, or was it always kind of, this is not me at all?
I think I'd more likely consider going back to it, but
Yeah.
currently where I'm at, I don't really want to go back to teaching.
No, there's
Yeah.
so many negatives. Like I'm not gonna go and sit and slag off schools because it's like due to loads of different things like lack of funding,
Yeah,
reasons like we've just discussed, like, you know, the kids not being able to do the things that they enjoy, so therefore they find it boring, so therefore they look at teachers and think you're the enemy. They're like, it's just like I think kids genuinely like look at teachers and think we are the enemy
Yeah.
because in their head I have to come here every day. It's really boring. You're shouting at me. You're telling me what to do. I hate you, you know, and like, it's so hard to break that. Like, and then you want to be the sound teacher, but then at the same time, you can't be too sound because then other teachers will be thinking, why is he getting away with this, and this in your class? And like, it's so complex
yeah,
trying to
Yeah.
get the balance of being like the nice guy and the likable person, but also getting them to do the work because that's your job within
Yeah.
this system that we've just discussed. So it's stressful. Yeah,
yeah,
it's hard.
And it is the part of the system and the failings of the system. It's not the schools, it's not the headmasters, it's not the governors, it's the overarching government systems, isn't it? And that's why you probably lose more people from being teachers and
mm,
Mm.
going off and doing other things.
yeah.
Yeah. Well,
So many
just an
teachers to leave.
example, like for the last few months, obviously we both quit in July because the
Mhm.
reason for that is that we're going away in January. We thought we want Christmas and stuff at home with our family, but I thought September when you come back to school to Christmas is like the worst time of year. Like it's freezing normally. The kids are all like normally quite mad in them few months. The build up to Christmas is wet and cold and stuff. It's just, we thought we're not doing that. So she's obviously been painting and loving it. I've been doing bits of work on supply. And to be honest, it's been sound because all the stuff that I just mentioned there, when you're on supply, it's different because you haven't got the same expectation of like, right, I've got to go in and deliver this curriculum. You just basically like behavior management and going in there as a cover for the day to make sure everyone's safe and all that. So you get to have all conversations and stuff and get to know the kids in a different way than what you do when you're actually, you know, there to do teaching PE or teaching whatever you're teaching.
Mhm.
And it's been quite nice because like I haven't had hardly any behaviour issues. Literally, you know, in 4 months, there's been hardly anything where I've thought that was a horrendous lesson. There was only one, which, you know, in 3 or 4 months is not bad. And it's because you're just getting to know the kids on like a normal human level, and they're seeing you as like a nice, sound person, not this like authoritative thing, bossing you about and telling you what to do. And like it's been quite a nice experience. Like I don't know if I could do it full time all the time because it's not giving you the same purpose, you know what I mean? You're not like actually teaching, but
Yeah.
it's been a nice little change just to like see through a different set of eyes and be in a school setting where I can just get to know kids and think, you know, it's just very different to what I've experienced as being an actual teacher where it can be difficult sometimes straight away before the kid even knows you. They've got the backup because they know you're there to get them to do work and they don't want to.
Mm,
And, you know, ultimately, education's loss is now your game for seeing the world and doing your passions, isn't it?
Yeah,
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 definitely no regrets. It'll be absolutely sad.
yeah.
So, where was the first place you ever felt really connected to the city? How's that come about? Where was you? Who was you with?
Hmm. You want to go first?
Yeah, we'll go first. I think there's a lot of things I could say here. I think one of the things, and we were kind of laughing about this before, is like getting the Merseyrail trains.
Okay.
And going into town for the first time as a kid, like when you're from
As
Florida,
a little wall on the former train going,
when you're like
ooh,
from Formby and you're a posh scouser.
this is proper nice.
No, but you like it's that exciting, and you're like, oh, I like it going into town. And then Matt was saying, oh yeah, we used to call the people who get off the Southport train the Wool train. But I like have seen some sights on these Merseyrail trains. Like I remember
Yeah.
I was on the train at Liverpool Central, and I got on, and it was like 10 o'clock, so it wasn't even that late. And then I saw loads of my mates' mums and dads getting on, and they were bladdered. And I was like, please don't look at me because you know they'll chat your ear off when they've had a drink. And they all get on, and they're all singing and dancing. And then this Morris dancing group get on, and they've got like bells on their feet, and they've got one of them accordions. And then they started playing on the train, and the Morris dancers started dancing, and then my mates' mums and dads get up and start dancing with them. And I was just like, only in Liverpool would this happen.
It is. I mean, You say about the train, I get that because I used to get the train from Beatles Strand into town, and I used to love when you get to the and you're watching the docks on the side,
Yeah,
and then
yeah,
it's that moment where you start going down into the tunnel,
yeah,
and it's just like seeing the last bits of the horizon there and just coming in. I
yeah,
get that. I used to love doing that and just watching it. And
yes,
obviously now as you're coming in now and you see the new stadium on the Hill Dickinson Bramley Moore
yeah,
Stadium, and just seeing that magnificent beast of
yeah.
a building
It's amazing,
and
isn't
just
it?
coming in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. And then obviously
So yeah.
I've been inspired by these sites because
Hmm.
I've made a collection of paintings recently, which are of the
Check out our
skyline.
website, link in bio.
And I've, painted the Liver building and some of these like iconic places, but beautiful
I love the
places.
live building one you've done. I saw
Thank
that
you.
I saw that a few times recently. I've been doing it, and I just think the live building's one of my favourite things.
Yeah.
And the live
Well, my
birds.
mum used to work there as well, so it's quite like
Mm.
it's quite special, that building, and it's a lovely building, and the Liver birds are just iconic, aren't
Top
they?
quality building,
Quality,
lovely
quality
architecture.
architecture.
Lovely architecture.
And as you're painting, you can see as well, like it does have that. It's more blue than anything else as well. Than birds, aren't they?
Yeah, yeah,
She done that on purpose because she's an Everton fan, lad.
yeah.
Well, it's not on purpose. She's done it because that's what it is.
But no,
Yeah.
they are a greeny blue colour, so I wanted to leave
Yeah.
them that colour. Like all of the collection is literally all in like
Yeah.
neutrals, beiges, greys, and
Yeah, would it look
golds.
weird if you didn't
But
do that, wouldn't it?
I was like, no, I can't not paint the Liver bird in just beige. I
Yeah.
have to have it that colour, so it stands out.
That looks cool.
Yeah,
It's a unique, like, stands out thing about them, aren't they? It's like,
yeah,
I say all the beige and all that, and then you've got the kind of stands out, the two
yeah,
birds on top.
yeah,
Feel like
What
every
about
great
you?
place has got to have something that stands out like that. Like New York has got like Statue of
Mhm.
Liberty, Newcastle's got like the Angel of the North and stuff. Feel like
Mhm.
that's Liverpool's thing,
Yeah,
isn't it? And the two
Yeah.
stadiums, obviously.
yeah,
What, Goodison and Hill Dickinson?
Yeah.
Yeah. They're
yeah.
the only two stadiums that
Tranmere
matter.
Rovers. Tranmere Rovers.
There's no other stadiums that matter in the city.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
Spot on.
What about you, Matt? Where did you first feel connected? And
I was struggling to think, to be fair, and then when Beth just said that, it just gave me a few ideas. To be fair, I've got a couple, but I think funnily it's like it's getting the train to town with my mum when I was a kid as well.
Yeah.
Like one of the things that I used to love when I was a kid, one of my memories is that me and my mum would always get the train to town for like either Christmas shopping or I don't know if you did this. This is definitely a Scouse thing because loads of people I've asked don't do this, but Easter clothes
yeah,
back
yeah,
in the day.
yeah.
No one else gets Easter clothes, like.
Easter clothes, and then you go to Southport on Easter Monday to go to the fair. And that.
Yeah. Why? I don't know why, but no complaints. Asked to get a brand new trackie and a pair of webs. But
Yeah,
yeah, we'd go into town with my mum. We get the train, go shopping. She'd drag me around for a bit. I'd be rolling my eyes when she was getting her bits, being very selfish. But then she goes, "Do you want to go and get your trains?" And like, yeah, let's go. So I'd go shop and get the few bits, and then we'd go and get like a Mackey's or a Burger King, which I no longer have anymore. I'm an athlete and I'm very health conscious. But when I was a kid, I ate some crap. So when I was a kid, it was good. There's nothing better than a Mackey's when you're a kid, is there? And yeah, that was a big memory for me. That just brought up, and it was nice bit of like mum and son time. I nearly said mum and daughter time. And then my dad taking me to the footy. Like I've always been an Everton fan, and I was a big Everton fan when I was a kid. I sort of fell out of love with footy when I got a bit older after breaking my leg. I'm sure you can understand why.
yeah.
But my dad taking me to the football and like going getting a chips and curry, going watching the footy, shouting for a few hours and coming home. And then also the thing with Liverpool was when I played for Everton for a few years when I was a kid. Well, not for a few years, sorry. I played for Everton for about a year. I was on trial and all that nonsense. And then I played for Tranmere as well. So got a bit of like Scouse football history there as well. That was where I probably being at Everton was one of like the proudest things I'd done when I was a kid. I think my dad was like a big kid getting to go to the Finch farm and watching me train and stuff. And I didn't end up signing for them in the end. It was one of them, but it was a boss experience. Not many kids get to do that.
And that's it. I mean, there's a lot of kids who go to them trials and then they don't end up making it, and coming away and knowing that you've at least been there is something, isn't it? And it's not.
Yeah, like at the time, feels like the end of the world and you've let yourself down and all this. But like you look back when you're old and if I look at all my medals in my room, that like loads of kids never even got to play for the school team. Do you know what I mean? So And like I broke my leg and I didn't get to where I wanted to. But in terms of like out of, if you're looking at like percentages of how well people do, I probably made it into quite a high percentage in terms of played for school, Sefton, Merseyside, won a national cup for Merseyside, played for Everton, Wigan, Tranmere, and then I played semi-pro as well. So I've done all right.
Yeah, you can't complain with that. At least, no, it's a lot to be. That's a lot of accomplishments, isn't it? And
Yeah.
what it is.
Yeah, so
Um,
so it was hard to pick one, but I'd say that, and like in terms of like feeling connected to Liverpool, was the football. It's such a big thing for Liverpool. Like there's the working class places, I think, isn't it? Like say Manchester, Newcastle, all these places. Football's massive, but something about in Liverpool, like Scouse kids just love footy, don't they?
yeah, everyone's just grown up on it, isn't it? It's like
Yeah.
it's how you're raised, and it's part of your identity, isn't it? Who you support,
Mm.
and whether you're Everton or Tranmere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My dad will enjoy listening to this.
He will.
I'm actually on the podcast. We've actually had more Liverpool fans so far than Everton fans. So I think we're with you both on today. I'm now even levels with it, so I'm happy with that.
Nice.
So I mean, I think I know what you might say with this one, Matt. Then what was the time the City tested you? When did you feel it was holding you or pushing you backwards? Or
Well, it's quite a hard one. I'd say there's a couple of like key points. Like probably when I was a kid, going through the football stuff was probably the hardest because there's so many highs and lows. Like going from being at Everton was the first club I was at, and football was the passion. Like Beth with her art, it was always football for me. And then got released by Everton, but then I ended up going to Wigan. So I ended up going from a low to a high. Played for Wigan for 3 years or something like that, 2 years. Then got released by them, and I didn't quite make it. And then I played for Tranmere for a year, and I really enjoyed it there. And it was one of them where I was 16 in year 10, 11, and everyone's asking, what are you doing? You go in college, and in my head, all I wanted to do was footy. And then I didn't quite make it at Tranmere. I was so like the goalie coach who I got on with there said it was between you and one other lad. There's only two, one spot for a goalie. There was two keepers, and he gave it to the other lad who'd been there since he was 10. So that was like heartbreaking for me to go through. It was devastating. And then I went through like all sorts of identity issues of like, what am I going to do? I'm not going to make it. And then another thing came up where it was like another opportunity where I went to this football college in Archbishop Beck, and I got promised all of these things where they said, we'll get you trials for all these places, we'll get you back in there. And like I was like, oh, the dream's back alive again. And then it turned out to be a bit of a scam, to be honest. You know who David Campbell is, by any chance? Have you heard of it? David Campbell Soccer. He's like a football coaching company. I'll happily openly slag him off on here because he's a scumbag. He's one of them. He preys on kids' dreams. Like tells 16-year-old lads that you can still make it. Like I'll get you there and I'll get you trials and all that. And it was just to get bums on seats in the college because he gets paid for it. That's all it was. So it wasn't what it was advertised essentially, but I got good A levels and stuff from there, from going to the actual Archbishop Beck sixth form. It was really good there. So it all worked out in the end, but I went from that to then breaking my leg when I was 18. So with the football, I've never played since 10 years later. So I think that was definitely the biggest test for me, just the football journey, the injuries. I got my teeth knocked out playing football, which I've only just literally fixed like 3 weeks ago because I've had to save up for 10 years to get implants because it's that expensive and stuff. So that was definitely the most testing thing, like emotionally and mentally and stuff for me. And I'd say the leg break was the worst because that was going through obviously the identity stuff taken away from you of not being able to play football, but then also the physical side of things, the pain, the trauma, going to the hospital, being in and out of hospital, being stuck in bed for 6 weeks, not being able to go to the gym. My mental health was all over the place. Like that was probably the biggest test I've ever had, I think, and hopefully the biggest test I'll ever have.
And you've seemed to come through it to the other side and really took a lot of positive from it and moving forward in a positive way and in what you want to do and where you want to be.
Yeah.
In terms like what kinds of, I know you mentioned about that Dave Campbell, it sounds like them kinds of model agencies that go out and prey on young girls and like,
same.
You're going to be the next Naomi Campbell, pay me this.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
sounds very similar to that. But when you came out of football with the broken leg and the kinds of the the turnaways kind of thing. What kinds of support do they give, or is it just see you later?
Literally is see you later. It's cutthroat. It's like one of the most, probably the same in most sports. It's like that in MMA and stuff. You see it on the telly. 1 minute someone's a big shot and then they get knocked out once, and then the cup from the UFC is the same thing in footy. Like, I was desperate to still try and make it. I was 18, I was playing semi-pro and I was playing for St Helens Town, and as an 18-year-old lad I got into the team of the season for the league, so I was doing really well and everything seemed like it was on the up, and I got asked to go and sign for a few bigger clubs with a little bit of money. So I signed for Warrington Town, which are in, like, way higher from St Helens. It was about 6
Mhm.
leagues up or something. They were like conference or something like that. And basically turned out they needed the keeper on the bench because they were injured, that it was mid-season. And I thought, what a boss opportunity. Imagine, I get to make an appearance and I get to train with them and all that. So I signed on like a Tuesday night or something. And then the next day I had a game for my team that I was playing for. It was Ashton Town. 1 day later, I got my leg broken off. And the manager who signed me from Warrington literally a day before didn't even give me a call or a text to ask if I was okay. And he found out I broke my leg, and he was like, right on to the next person. That's an example of what it's like in footy. It's 1 minute you're the main man and you could be the star, but if the boot doesn't fit, if you get injured or you're sick or whatever, or you stop playing well, you've forgotten about very, very quickly, and it's not nice.
Yeah, they've got a responsibility there, haven't they? And they're failing a lot of people because mental health's such a big thing, and that's going to cause a dip for anyone, really.
Mhm.
That responsibility is just being failing.
Yeah, I think it's been a problem for years, that in football. Like, it's a
Yeah.
massive issue, like loads and loads of young lads, suicide rates and things like that, and
Mhm.
really poor mental health where they come out of football, or you can apply this to any sport, could be playing basketball or rugby, and they go through it, the whole youth system, and then they get to 18, they've been promised all these things, or they've built it up in their head that they're going to have all these lovely things, and the next minute they get released, or a broken leg or an ACL, whatever it is, and it's just like the carpet's being pulled from underneath you, and a lot of the time the support's just not there. You've forgotten about almost instantly.
Mhm.
Mm.
And I think, the message to take from that really is, if anyone is going through that and listening to it, look where you are now, and, you've come through that, you're going off traveling the world, doing exciting things and living
Yeah.
your own dream, and, it's give you that opportunity.
Yeah, exactly. I'm so grateful. Like, I speak to Beth about it. It's quite mad, like when you talk about the butterfly effect of things,
Mhm.
where it's like a knock on. And
Yeah.
if I didn't break my leg, then I would have never went to Camp America, because I went
Mhm.
during the summer where normally I'd be doing pre-season. Doing Camp America then opened up my eyes to, like, meeting people from around the world and cultures, and exposed myself to that. And then that's when I met one of my good mates, Lloyd, who got me to go to New Zealand with him. I would have never ever thought of. I didn't even know where New Zealand was. I genuinely hadn't even heard of it. I just thought of. I knew Australia. I'd heard of New Zealand. Went there. Ended up getting into like jiu-jitsu and yoga, meditation, all these different things. Met some of my best mates. They got me into all this stuff and hiking. And then that's when I realised I want to be a teacher. Came on to be a teacher. And then all of this stuff may never have happened without breaking my leg. So everything happens for a reason. And as I say, if you're listening to this and you're someone who's been through a tough time, it doesn't have to be a broken leg. Could be that you've been released or let go from a job or whatever it is. Other things will come up. You
Mhm.
just have to stay positive and just realise it's not the end of the world, and keep going. Don't fall off the horse and give up.
Mm.
Yeah, I went through an experience a few years ago where I was working for a company and they pushed me to the limits, and I got to the point where I was actually stood on the Albert docks, ready to jump off, and I was talked down by a friend, and I was totally failed by that company, and that was 5 years ago. 5 years ago next month, and where I am now and what I'm doing, you know, having the people around you and the right people and the right influencers and following the right kinds of stuff on social media, it really does make that difference into where you can take
Yeah,
yourself to.
100%.
So it is a positive message to take from that, I feel.
There's far too
Um,
many people that say things like exactly what you've just said. Like, I've been
mhm,
on mental health walks. There's a really good group called Thrive, Men's Mental Health and Wellbeing. It does a women's one as well,
Yeah.
and I've been on them walks, and you can't believe, like, when you're a kid, you feel like you're just ignorant or just living in
yeah,
bliss. You're not aware of these things, but like so many men that I've met literally in the last like few months where they've said, you know, in the last year or years ago, they've tried to kill themselves or they felt like there was no way out. And it's just so sad that people feel that way. But sometimes
Yeah.
when you've got no hope and you haven't got the right support system in place and people around you, it's very hard to get yourself out of that, isn't it?
Yeah, it took me a while, but you know, I come through the other side, and um,
Yeah.
thankfully, yeah, you know, it's only been a positive since, really.
We're all going to then use that message to then share with other people who might be going through the same thing and make a
Mhm.
real difference with that.
Yeah.
So you're doing a
Yeah, and
really
you know, I
good.
appreciate you talking about your story because I think it's important that people raise that and talk about it more as well. You know, and where you can feel comfortable, and you know, you can feel comfortable sharing it because it's important for people to hear it and realize and see it's not the worst. I mean, it is the worst of time thing, but you
Feels
know,
like
it's
the
not.
end of the world, but it's not.
Yeah. What about you, Beth? Was there any time where you felt particularly tested or?
To be honest, I wouldn't say like tested when I was in Liverpool. I was tested when I left Liverpool. And in
Mhm.
some ways it was coming back to Liverpool that kind of like what saved me. Like we're getting deep now. Like so when I went to university, I went to Lancaster Uni and I ended up getting into a relationship with someone who was emotionally abusive, basically. It was just
Mhm.
horrible and you don't realise until you're out of it, like how bad it actually was and like how much they were manipulating you and just like controlling you. And it wasn't until I left uni and had that space away geographically, was back in Liverpool to then like have the space to reflect and realize like I'm so much happier. Like I like this isn't good. And it
Yeah.
did take a long time. Like I was still training to teach and I was still like sort of trying to end this relationship, like you know, breaking it off, then like being dragged back into it. And it was like a bit of a just a not a nice cycle. And then, you know, having I think teaching gave me a lot of confidence in myself, and then that's what eventually gave me the confidence to end the relationship. Um, so I have got Liverpool to thank in a way because it's being in Liverpool and working with like these kids and teaching here that's what helped me get out of that situation. And then eventually meet someone much better who I'm very, very grateful for.
And there you go. That's that butterfly effect again, isn't it? You know,
Yeah.
for the sake of you coming back for, you know, however long it was during the holidays and having that kind of realization and seeing, you know, this isn't what it should be like. And now
Yeah.
you're with that perfect specimen of a man there, Matt.
Yeah. Well, if Matt had never broke his leg, I probably wouldn't have met him. And you
Stop
know,
Yeah.
it.
just
Stop it.
There's
You.
so many different flaps of that butterfly wings across for both of you there, isn't there?
it
Mad
really
when you
are. It
when you
is
when you
mad.
get into the butterfly stuff, it's actually
It
mad.
is crazy, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I'm very, very happy, and I'm like I'm just so grateful with where my life's at now because I my self esteem was so low. Like, and I realized as well at university, like I was really lonely. Like I'd pretty much been cut off from like a lot of my friends. Like I'd been
Yeah.
distanced from them without me realizing it. I was in this little bubble of this relationship thinking like must just be normal. This is just what it's like.
Mhm.
But it wasn't at all. So I'm really, really thankful that I am where I am now and that I'm doing what I love and now I get to travel the world and I've met someone who, you know, I love and is nothing like that. So
That was a good share that I thought you were going to just say about school last year. Last year was very testing
oh
for
yeah.
her because she was head of the department, but that was a much better share. So
Yeah, to be fair, the
glad I
only
did.
time Liverpool's tested me is Scouse kids.
Scouse kids.
Yeah.
Cheeky Scouse kids.
Yeah.
So, and this is another thing that I always come back to on that kind of when I've had conversations because I've got some friends who are teachers, not being teachers. Um, is it Scouse kids or is it the parents?
Ooh.
Mm.
You know what?
Oh,
It's
yeah.
50-50 to be honest, because I've had situations where there's a lovely kid and the parents
Mhm.
difficult, or vice versa. The kid's very difficult, but you phone the parent and lovely, and maybe it's just that maybe they're not as educated and don't know like
Mhm.
how to discipline them. It's not that they're not trying to, but then equally, I've also had times where like a kid's being naughty, and then I've rang the parents being equally difficult, and you think, right, that makes sense. So I
Yeah.
think it's hard to put a lid on it and say this is the reason because it depends on so many different factors,
Mhm.
doesn't it? Like
Mhm.
where they're from, where they've grew up in, how many brothers sisters they've got, the disposable income of the family, how the kids being looked after, the way they're taught, what manners they're taught, what's normal, what's not normal. Like it's so different for every single family, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I think because we have Scouse kids are Scouse kids, and that's not going to change. And we've all got that attitude and bit of sharpness to us, and the kinds of we've got to be right against everyone.
yeah.
Uh, but it's about the level of respect on top of that. It's all
Yeah,
fine and good having that, and it's kind of you'd accept that to an extent, but then if you've got no respect on top of that, then that's where you fail at all.
yeah.
Hmm.
Something quite funny that I found, I mentioned before I've been doing some supply teaching, so obviously I won't say what schools and stuff, but I've been in schools in like more wool areas, let's just say. And I find it funny that like the behaviour generally is a lot better, like to manage in these more wool areas, what we would call wool areas. But it's like it's missing something sometimes. It's like it's too easy. And it's like, like I've actually like felt a bit awkward because of like it's that quiet in the class where I've tried to make a bit of a joke with some of the kids,
Hmm.
like because I'm used to having to use banter to quiet someone down. In like my school that I was in, like I would in the change room if someone's talking over me, I'll go, "Oh, sorry, mate, I didn't realise you were talking there. Am I interrupting you?" Like, and that's how I would say, "Can you stop talking?" instead of "Stop talking, please." And
Yeah,
like I'll try it in these wool schools, and then they look at you like, "Are you all right, sir?" Like, and then it's quite awkward sometimes.
They just
I
listen.
They just listen first time. I'm like, "What do I do now?"
They're actually really polite.
Yeah, so there definitely is a massive difference between kids in like Liverpool versus like the outer areas, like Ormskirk, Southport, places like that. Formby,
Mhm.
I
it's a
don't know why.
personality thing, isn't it?
It's a personality
Yeah,
thing,
yeah,
maybe. I don't know. I don't know if you could get into saying like maybe the parents are slightly better, more well off, so they're from a more affluent area or something. I don't know,
Hmm.
but
yeah. It's a lot of factors.
a lot of factors, isn't there?
Yeah, I manage services in Manchester, and the staff when they come in, I have like a lot of African staff who work for us from Nigeria, and they come in, they're very much like, "Hello, Mr. Adam, sir, boss," and all this. I'm like, "Who you calling boss? Who you calling sir?" I'm not. Don't be like Mr. This. Who's Mr. This?
Yeah.
And they just don't get it. And then when I have like team meetings and I just like talk really kind of, I am fucking fed up of this shit, and this needs to fucking change. Like, oh, you can't talk like that. You're a manager. I'm like, well, I am. That's how I talk. And when I worked in Liverpool, you'd say something like that and there'd be nothing said. It's just normal. But then you go to Manchester and someone be like, I'm going to speak to your manager then about it. And you're like, go ahead. Just
Gwen.
I really
Go
not.
ahead.
I've done nothing wrong. Like I get more complaints because of how I speak to people. And I'm like, I'm just speaking to you normal. Like, and in Liverpool, no one has batted eyelids at it.
Yeah, yeah. It's just how everyone talks.
Yeah,
It's quite funny. So let's move on to our quick fire round. These are just some fun questions that I've put together. There's no thinking, no kinds of explanation unless you want to give an explanation or kinds of like little
yeah.
backstory to it.
Okay.
Um, just go through it, give your answer straight away. First one, we know the answer, blue or red?
Blue.
Blue.
Do we answer at the same time?
Yeah, I think that'd be more fun, won't it?
Okay, go on.
Okay.
Chip balm or chip butty?
Chip
Butty.
butty.
Red cabbage, beetroot, none or both?
Beetroot.
Red cabbage.
Best crisps from the offie?
Don't eat crisps.
Only crisps? Oh.
What was it then? I used to like sensations.
I don't let her eat. I don't let her
Sweet
eat
chili
crisps. She's an
sensations.
athlete now.
You can get healthy crisps, can't you? Them,
Nah. Nonsense.
Some bag.
okay. Fair enough. Home and Bargains or B&M?
Home bargains.
Bargains.
Obviously.
Okay. What you call trainers?
Trainees.
Trainers.
It's a double
That's where
E.
you came out as
Trainees.
a wall there, Beth.
I
That's
know.
where the
Yeah.
multi-comments
I know.
will
Oh,
come
got
in.
my trainers
Let
on.
me get my
Your
trainers on.
trainers.
Well,
As I said to you the other week, because I'm doing these questions, trying to stay neutral by saying trainers, and I'm really educating myself and trying to say that word. Piff one, lads, lar or kidder?
Lads.
lads, probably, yeah.
Yeah. How would you say sound in a way you mean it most?
Sound that.
Sounds.
Sound that. I say that all the time. It's my main phrase.
Sounds?
What's the best insult that's technically not an insult?
Not an insult. Sausage.
Yeah, you like
I
that,
love that
yeah.
word.
Yeah.
Should
I
have you
love
been
sausage at the moment.
I
That's the
love
best.
divvy.
You silly sausage.
bad sausage,
So,
you like. They
yeah.
call all the
Yeah.
kids that because they
Yeah.
can't
Come
get
on,
you in
then.
trouble for that. What are they going to say to the mass? Say, call me a sausage. Come on, what are you going to do? Cry over
Yeah.
it, lads.
I like divvy or muppet.
Bad little muppet, you.
Divvy, yeah, divvy muffer.
Divvy's quite. I think divvy hurts. When my mum calls me a divvy,
I
it
call
hurts
you a
that.
divvy sometimes.
Depends how you say it.
You
It
call me
depends. I think if your mum's calling you, or like you know, a close relative like that, it's a different connotation to like someone else just saying, "Oh, you're divvy." If your mum's
Yeah,
saying you're a divvy, it's like, "Well, what have I done?"
Oh, I actually
If
have.
it's it can be said with a bit of cut behind it, like
Mm,
Yeah.
a little divvy, you lads.
We used to have a teacher when we were in school, and everyone used to get her to say "soft lad" because the way she said it. Hey, you soft lad. And it's just like, it used to be so funny when she said it, but she said it to you, like, without being in a jokey way. You were like, oh. How would you finish this sentence? I'm not asked, but.
Ooh.
What do you mean? Right
So when
now?
someone says, like, you know, there's kind of like, oh, I'm not asked, but.
Depends on the
Normally,
context.
normally it follows with something that you are
Yeah, it
definitely
does.
asked about it.
No, it does. Yeah.
Yeah,
Depends.
like you've robbed me trainees there to my little brother or something. I rob his clothes, to be honest, but that's just an example. Like, oh, listen, you've borrowed me clothes there. I'm not asked, but like, go and put them in the wash now.
Yeah.
There you go. That's a good
I am really off.
Yeah.
go to the wash now. That's a good one like that. Best place or person to get proper Scouse from?
Ooh, Neil Hodge.
Yeah. To be fair,
My dad.
I'd
My
agree.
dad.
Neil.
Oh,
Yeah.
Me dad.
Who's your favourite Scouser? Can be famous or non-famous.
Neil Hodge. He needs to have his own podcast.
I know
It'd be heavy,
you
the
need to
Neil
get him
Hodge show.
on. You need to
Get him on, lad. That would be a sick
Talk about
conversation. That.
footy.
He's a massive Everton fan as well.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll have to speak to him then. Let's get me in touch with
Sick man.
He's a legend.
Yeah.
him. Favourite park in Liverpool?
Shefton Park.
Favourite Scouse building?
I think the Palm House. I don't want to say the Liver building because I feel like that's just what like
Cliche.
I do like the Liver building, but
Basic.
I love the Palm House.
Never really thought of
Palm House is
favourite
nice.
buildings, to be honest. There's loads of cool ones in town,
Mhm.
like just down by the Albert Docks. They're all really cool. I like the one opposite the Lava building, like the big, massive, like I think it's like apartments now, but it just looks cool.
Mhm. All of them
Yeah.
there on the
Everywhere around the.
front.
I went and had a walk around the Albert Dock the other day just to take it all in, and it's just boss round anywhere there. Probably at the Albert Dock, actually, that's my favourite. The whole
Yeah.
Albert Dock building square thing. I think
Mm-hmm.
it's quite iconic, isn't it?
I love going around, and because someone used to say to me, no one looks up anymore. You don't look at where you're walking.
Mhm.
And if you look up in Liverpool in the architecture and look at all the kinds of the imagery and the sculptures on the sides,
Yeah.
it's so like you'll see things that you've never
Yeah.
seen before just by walking around and just looking at
Yeah.
things.
There's such a mixture as well
yeah.
of like really, historical stuff and also really modern,
Like new,
contemporary
modern,
buildings.
weird-looking buildings.
Yeah. It's such a pretty.
Yeah, we are. It is a mismatch
Well
of
better
everything,
than
but it all just
Manchester.
comes to
Yeah.
Manchester is steel, just steel crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just called new steel and stuff
but
like.
I'll say.
Yeah, I'm happy to say it. I've said it in Manchester. It's just all steel metalwork,
agree,
and
yeah.
it just looks.
As an
It's
artist,
just
I would
it's
pick
clinical.
Manchester.
No.
Yeah, I love Manchester. To be fair, and I work up there. And there's great people. I love it. But the city's very, and I love the city going into like the shopping centres, but it's very clinical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think you might be too young for this, but did you ever go to Grafton?
Don't know what that is.
You don't know what the Grafton? Okay, I'm not going to go into this one about what Grafton is, but you need to go back and look it up. Or ask your dad. Ask your
Yeah,
dad
me
what
dad.
Grafton
Okay,
was.
we will.
Favorite Beatles song?
Ooh. Here Comes the Sun.
Love it.
Oh, it's so hard.
There's
Yeah.
so many good ones though.
I really like Blackbird.
And can't buy me love.
And I love I do love Hey Jude. It's
Oh,
cliche,
there's so
but I
many
love Hey
bangers.
Jude as well.
So many bangers.
Do you know what the origins of Blackbird is?
Go on, tell me.
It's about a black female singer. I can't remember her name, but she was getting abuse and kind of torture for being. And he did wrote a song about Blackbird singing in the day of
wow.
night. I think it's about racism and all that, and about the people who really brought music to life.
Yeah, well, that makes it. It's on him.
Yeah.
Are they call like, you don't laugh at me here, but are they saying black bird? Are they calling her a bird?
Because she
Or
sings.
is bear
No,
bird
because
that
she's
long? Or,
birds as in like singing, like it's
Singing.
right, okay. I was gonna say
like there's no birds
bird.
sing a tune and all that kind of thing.
Mm.
I'll imagine,
I'll go back
I'd
and look at the
imagine
name.
Ringo and the boys going, let's go see some birds.
I mean, they did.
Surely probably did, yeah.
Yeah, but I think Ringo, I mean, I'm only going to my opinions on Ringo, but he's just a knobhead. Favourite Scouse musician or band that's not the Beatles?
Jamie Webster.
I was going to say Jamie Webster, yeah.
Jamie Webster. Oh, the Liverpool fan.
Oh, sorry. I like the music.
Not fine.
I'm not sorry, actually. I'll take that back.
No, I like Jamie Webster, actually. He's really good. It's when he starts singing that stupid hymn.
Yeah, I know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't talk about
We've
Yeah.
all got to start from somewhere, though, haven't we? That got him where he is, so.
Yeah.
He just needs to not sing that
Yeah.
anymore. What floor of the crazy house was yours?
Again, can't relate to that. Sorry.
No, fair
Sorry,
enough.
bro. I went to
So, the
levels. If
crazy
you asked us
house.
about levels,
So the crazy house was
Concert Square,
it was
innit?
a night.
EBs.
Yeah, so you'd have like different floors and different vibes. So what kinds of music vibe is yours? What was it? Dance, metal, indie, that kind of
depended
thing?
on the time of the night.
Anything that I can like dance to, like disco, groovy, funky.
We'd always end up like me. I'm saying we, not me and Beth. Like I didn't know her. We didn't know each other when we were like partying. I don't drink anymore. I haven't been out in like 4 years in terms of like clubs and stuff. But when I was in uni going out, it was levels we went to. I know the crazy houses in Concert Square, and I think my mum and dad used to go there. But levels like the same thing. The first floor was the R&B floor, which was not me. The second floor was like dance or something, I can't remember. And then I think the third floor was like the pop floor with like Buster the McFly and that.
I'd
So
be
like
there, to be fair.
2 a.m. in the morning singing Mr. Brightside. That was what it was.
I'd end up in the poppet. Yeah.
Yeah. Radio City or Juice FM?
Oh, Juice FM back in the day, that was a belter.
It
But
was
it's
actually,
gone.
yeah.
It's Capital, and I'm not a fan of Capital now, so I'm now Radio City.
Yeah. I was probably more Radio City, to be
And
fair, but they're both good.
You were Formby FM.
Yeah.
from BFM. What was your favourite place for a night out, past or present?
I'd probably go like heebie-jeebies
I
and
remember
stuff
heebie-jeebies.
back in the day, yeah.
That's what like sticks.
I vaguely remember heebie-jeebies.
Yeah.
I had a few good nights in Largo. That was decent.
We just don't talk about when I'd
yeah.
end up in Pop World.
Yeah.
Everyone ends up in Pop World.
My best nights out were always the uni ones, like the student nights out where we'd go into town and go on like the I forgot what it was called, but you'd all have the same t-shirt on that
like
said like
Freshers' night.
Freshers
Yeah.
something, whatever, bark roll. They were the best nights. They were really, really funny. I'd be out till like 6 a.m. in like I forgot what the horrible the Scatty Club Fusion opposite level. You're onto Fusion. That was the Scatty one. Everyone's
I
there
ever
at 6 a.m. So that was what we remember.
We were always. I mean, last time I went out was probably about 15 years ago, properly. But we used to like end up in Pop World, and it got to a point once where we'd there for like every weekend we were there. That one of the barmaids recognised us in the town on a weekday one day. I was asking us if we were back at the weekends, and I was like, probably
Yeah,
not.
I've ended up there.
Probably not now, you know, now that we're getting like recognised as sort of regulars of Pop World.
Not the best label, that like.
No. So I'm going to do another quick fire round. It's more of a Scouse Mr. and Mrs. Seems my first couple on the
Nice.
show.
Okay.
So it's just some Scouse kinds of questions around being a couple.
Bring it.
This is very new and I've not done this one before, so let's learn as I go with this one.
You
Who
get a
says
little
I love
sign
you
or
first
anything?
and where were you? No, it's not that kind of one. It's
Okay.
I didn't go that deep.
Yeah.
I was going to try
Go
that,
on.
but so who says I love you first and where were you?
It was me, actually.
Was it?
Yeah, in Amsterdam.
Oh yeah, no, it was actually. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was. It was there. Fair play, it was bold, that.
It was me, because he asked me out, so I was like, and I'd been wanting to say it for like quite a while, to be honest. But I was like, and you know when you like nearly say it and you're like, oh no, but he's not said it yet, so I'm like, And then we were in Amsterdam. We were like about to start our 6-week backpack in Europe, and I was like, I want to say it here because then I can say it like, when we're traveling and like.
We were
just
on like
say-
a nice little bench
I
in a
meant it.
park, and it was dead cute and that. But in fairness, I asked her to be my girlfriend in Ibiza, and we were like in a nice little like private beach spot. She got stung by a jellyfish, but
Yeah.
it was I think it was quite good. So it was 1-1 really, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was my turn.
You didn't do the friend scene then, no.
No, I didn't say
Oh,
thank
no.
you. No.
And we didn't know he didn't really
Um,
if
Oh
that's
wait,
what you
what?
meant.
Oh,
Yeah,
she
the scene in
says I
Friends
love
where
you,
she
and he
gets stung
says
by the
thank you or
jellyfish.
something. Is
No,
that not what you
I
meant?
can't remember.
No, the scene in the jellyfish in
No, he
Friends.
didn't.
Oh,
He
sorry,
didn't
I
really-
get you. Right, okay. I thought you were talking about when he says to Jennifer Aniston, I love you, and she goes, thank you.
Oh yeah, that's it. That could be in place.
Yeah, that would be bad.
Who's always late but insists on not?
Gets that from his mum.
It's the ADHD. I'm over optimistic with time. If I think I can squeeze an extra 4 activities in, I will do that.
Yeah. He has me on the edge sometimes.
See again. Again, that's where my ADHD differs. I'm quite the opposite. I've got to be
Skeptical.
on time.
Yeah.
I've got to be always early at least.
Yeah, I try and be. It's just like I'll like say if we're like I've got to be somewhere in half an hour, I'll say I'll just like go and do a little quick podcast or something now.
I'll just take the dog out.
I'll take the dog out for 20 minutes and then I'll put a wash on and then I'll go and I'll get there like 10 seconds to go doing a skid round the corner.
He somehow makes it, but I'm sitting there like we're going to be really late here.
I
Like
cause it a lot of stress.
If I've got something booked in for like 1 o'clock and it's 20 to 1, I won't start anything until 1 o'clock. I'll just have to sit there and wait kind of thing because I'll be like,
Nah,
"Gonna
it's
start
not
now."
me that.
Oh no.
That's not me that. That's me.
I'm so like, I get so nervous about being late.
Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
I probably should do a bit more.
I'm quite bad for people. So when I do like interviews and work, if people are like 5 minutes late and they haven't got a really good excuse or they've not told in advance, I'm like, no, not interviewing you. Go away. Just like I got really bad about it.
Fun.
Yeah, just like you're 5 minutes late, it's finished now. Who's more likely to say it'll be sound when it absolutely won't be?
That's my key phrase.
That is
That's
literally
all I
his
say.
phrase. The amount of times we've been in a situation where like it could have been really bad. And
Right,
it's just
I've got to say
down.
this really quickly. The one time
It'll
that
be
sticks in my head that was like genuinely dangerous. Right, we were wild camping up a mountain by a lake in Wales. We'd only been together like 6 months, and we got there. It was later than we thought. It was boggy as anything. The ground was all boggy, and it was too late to turn back because it was going dark. The wind picked up. We couldn't find a spot. It started lashing it down, and the tent was literally blowing away. And Beth had to sit on the tent, and I said, "Lie down."
I literally
Because it would have blew in the lake and been gone, and we were in a bad, like getting into a bad situation. And I remember looking at her going, "It'll be sound." And I remember thinking in my head, going, "This is not sound." And she was looking at me like, going like I had to tell her, "Listen, it's going to be sound. Stay on that tent and I'll fix it." And we did get the tent up. It was sound, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was sound in the end, but like
It was heavy.
I thought like I didn't know if I was going to make it through the night.
Putting the tent in the floor and the pole. This is a brand new £300 tent, and the pole was nearly snapped from the wind. It was that bad. And I just lied. We managed to get in the tent, and somehow the funniest thing was my mate Darren was with us, and then we finally got in the tent after all this chaos where we thought we might actually like blow away or potentially die. And we're lying in the tent like that. And Darren goes, "Are you all right?" And I'm like, "No." And he goes, "I'm just watching Top Gear on the iPad, me."
Cheap tent as well.
He was in a little 30 quid euro high tent somehow. He was all set up watching Top Gear.
Oh no, we were laughing our heads off though because we just got in the tent and then he goes, "You's all sorted then, yeah?" And we were like, "Oh."
I was like, if you've seen us, I won't go into details, but we are like naked because our clothes were that wet. We're lying there going, and he goes, "You's all sorted, yeah?" And I'm like, but anyway, it was sound. So yeah,
It was sound at the end.
it'll be
That
sound.
sound.
Okay. Love it. Who controls the TV remote?
Ooh.
I
We're
think-
quite good at sharing, to be honest.
yeah,
We're
pretty good.
Yeah. I wouldn't say either of us
Okay.
controls it. Yeah.
50-50.
See, I control mine and I else. It's no debate.
Yeah, it's non-negotiable.
What's your current TV binge?
We just finished
Together.
watching Stranger Things. We love that.
Yeah.
So
We've been choose
we
it over
rewatched it. We've
anything.
seen it like 3 times, so we love that. But yeah, we like don't watch telly all the time. So that's a little treat. We've got into it a bit more. I actually stopped watching telly for literally years. When I was single, I didn't really watch telly because I was just doing stuff. I felt like it was a waste of time. But when we got into teaching, like I said before, it was very stressful. It was like our little escape. Sometimes we come home, just a nice little
Yeah.
cup of tea and like watching an episode or something. It's quite nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we've got back into it a bit more. But yeah, Stranger Things. We need a new series if you've got a good recommendation.
I mean, I just watch everything and everything. Me, anything I could get my hands on. But I'm into Korean TV shows.
Squid
I've been
Games.
watching a lot of them. Yeah, so there's another one that came out after it, and it's like people dying in Korea and the afterlife comes after them, and then it figures out what it's all about and all that kind of stuff. But Squid Game got me into it, and then I've just been getting indulgent with all them. But
Yeah, nice.
yeah, my wife and boys love Stranger Things. I watched the first season, didn't get into it, and
You'd
just
either love it
chipped
or
out.
Some
hate it, I
people
think.
just don't get into it.
Yeah, it was the same with Breaking Bad. I watched Breaking Bad, and everyone was raving about it,
Yeah.
and just
I enjoyed that.
and I'll
It's a
get a
bit
lot
slow
of grief for
sometimes,
that,
like.
but I didn't like it. Yeah, it's Stranger Things. There's been a lot of talk about
Yeah.
that recently, and yeah, I've just because I've not been up since the first season. I
It's a lot to
just
catch up
don't know.
Mm.
Who knows the other person's Chippy order before they do?
So we got you. To be fair, yours would be quite different to mine. I think like
Yeah.
we're both not really that fussy. We'll get like if their family are getting something, I'll eat what they're having, or if my family are
Yeah.
getting something.
We like to switch things up as well. So like we're not the kind of people who will get the same thing every time. Like often we'll say, "Oh, do you
Alright.
want to get this?" and I'll get this, and then we'll share and we'll split. Like we do.
Yeah, we do. My family are quite predictable though. Crispy chili beef, salt and pepper chips, egg fried rice, tin of curry sauce, a barbecue sauce, egg fried rice, and then possibly maybe we'll switch it up. But normally it's a Singapore vermicelli. That's all my ma ever wants. So my family's very predictable with that.
Yeah.
That sounds like the Gavin and Stacey bit.
Yeah. Prawn booty, lamb booty, chicken booty. We love Gavin and Stacey. Actually, that's one of our favourite shows.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to. What is this about? It's my order. I'm having it. It's my order.
Yeah, I like Gavin and Stacey, to be fair. Who says I'm not hungry but then eats your food?
I'd never say I'm not hungry, really.
I have done that before.
She probably am also, yeah. But she's always hungry as well. She's a proper little greedy bugger.
I'm a bit of a fatty.
Who's more likely to talk to a stranger at a bus
Me.
stop?
Yeah.
I'll talk to anyone. I'll chat anyone's ear off.
I'm a little bit more introverted. He's very outgoing.
I'm quite introvert, to be fair, but people talk to me, and then I get into conversations. And
That's like
my wife says I go to parties, and I'm a people person who doesn't like talking to people a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And people come and talk to you, and I'm just like, I'm going, not want to go to them,
Yeah.
but end up talking all
Once
the time.
people get it out of you, you can keep talk for a while.
I can talk to anyone, but I imagine my head. I think it's like an ADHD thing again, where it's like a percentage battery on my head. And when I'm on like 100, I'm on 100 all the time. But then when I've had enough, it goes straight to like -5, and I don't want to speak to anyone, and I'll just go and like lock myself away for a bit.
He's like, I want to go home.
And when I crash bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like that. Do you ever get to the point where someone's talking and you just go, okay, bye,
No,
and just
yeah.
walk
No, I
away?
literally do, yeah. Like normally it's on like a night out or whatever. Like we've been in Ibiza where we've been like raving all day with our mates dancing, and like I'm going, yeah, let's go this next place. Where are we going next? And then by the time we get there, we're in the queue. I'm going home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can tell when he's done with a conversation with someone. It's really funny. I can just read, like, he starts going like...
I get proper rude, me. Like, I go, yeah.
He just doesn't give any effort.
I get rude and sarcastic and start making jokes about the person and start making little comments like just
So
like,
that they'll end it.
yeah, just start ripping them a little bit and just like, but in a funny way that everyone else is laughing and all that. But in my head, it's like, no, I'm done with this. I need to go.
Yeah.
We had that's this one. My wife hates. She has to check when Everton are playing before she books anywhere for us to go anywhere. And there was one time I had to go to one of her mates' weddings, and there's actually a picture of me because Everton were playing, and she forced me to go to the wedding. They were playing away, and there's a picture of me during the speeches with my tablet watching the match. as they were doing the brides and groom speeches and all that, and I'm just like, no, you made me come here and watching the match.
Yeah, fair enough.
Do what I want to do. Yeah.
Like, you're lucky they weren't at home because I wouldn't even be here if they were playing at home. I'd go home.
Yeah, you got to meet halfway, haven't you?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they're not even halfway. They've
I'll
got
watch
to
them mash
realise
it.
Everton comes first. She said to me once, Everton's like the mistress and we're in a three-way relationship. And I said, let's be clear, Everton's not the mistress because they were here first.
Fair enough, yeah.
Who can't walk through town without bumping into someone they
Me.
know?
Again, the outgoing one.
I know him.
Who's
Yeah.
more
I know it's
who's more territorial about their seat or their space?
I
cool.
think we're both pretty chill, to be fair.
We share a lot. We're not really territorial. We're a sharing couple.
Who's worse when they're tired?
Probably you.
Probably is me,
That's it, you.
actually. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not good, but I'm not tired
go
very
weird.
often now. Like I only crash not very often.
I go
She-
really quiet. I'm just like, I just don't want to
Yeah.
talk.
for about a week per month.
I mean, yeah.
Need to be careful with that one, Matt.
It's been and gone now. It's fine.
Who sulks longer after an argument?
I think I forget about it pretty quickly.
I'd
I'm like a dog. It's
Probably me, yeah. Yeah.
Who always ends up being right even when
Me.
they're wrong?
Disagree. Nah.
No, right. I usually
No, we're not in
am
one
right.
of them relationships. It's not like, oh, she wears the pants, she's always right. She's not. It's whoever's right.
Yeah, but I am often.
I'm not
Right,
getting
so-
walked over by
Look-
like some little muppet, mate.
Sausage.
Oh, Matt, I reckon you're well whipped, mate. I think you're well. It's very clear when people come out and say, I'm the man, or
He's
like
gotta-
it's very
he's gotta
clear that the
prove
whipped them.
something, hasn't he? He's got something to prove you.
Never
Yeah,
heard,
yeah.
I haven't heard someone
Oh.
say whipped in ages. That's a funny word, that. Oh, proper whip.
Whipped
you lad.
is a proper one, yeah. It's that's the proper way of describing it, isn't it?
Funny that.
Right, let's do a couple of last minute ones on this one. A bit more emotional ones for you then. So what's the one thing the other person does that still melts you?
Oh,
You go first.
I need to think.
Oh, you need to
Yeah.
think too, yeah.
It's hard because, like, this
You can't say you go
This is-
first because you need
this
to.
is gonna
and
sound
you need
I'll
to
go
think
then.
and
but
I'll
like,
go.
analyse
it makes me melt all the time.
Oh, stop it. Stop it. I'll say when we're like going somewhere nice, like when we're on holiday or something, and she's in like a nice little dress and it's all sunny, and then she's just like little faces all beaming and the sun's shining on her.
Oh,
Yeah, looks dead cute.
oh.
What was the moment that made you think, yeah, this is my person?
I feel like it was going traveling around Europe that confirmed it, that like solidified, because when you're going through like ups and downs, when things go wrong and like you're having like stressful moments and you're tired and like you could very easily like really fall out. But I feel like it actually made us way closer and stronger. So that was when I really thought, like, yeah.
Yeah, that was a proper special time. Like when you're together 24 hours a day on
Yeah.
like doing some heavy things. Like one of the worst was like we were on a train from Switzerland to Budapest for 12 hours. And it was like a Merseyrail train. The lights were on, metal seats, everything. You know, we were like, she was sleeping underneath the seats, like putting her head in shoeies to try and get comfy. That's how bad it was.
And he was
And I was jealous of her because I couldn't fit under the seat. That's how bad it uncomfortable it was. But like doing things like that and like being intense, like I said before, where it's blowing a gale and you think you're gonna die, like you realise that you can stick together well.
Yeah, they're the things that test your relationship. but then-
We've been tested, like we've been tested many times.
Yeah.
And what's something you just don't say enough but should?
I appreciate you.
Yeah, just how much I appreciate you. I appreciate you.
Do you know, saying I appreciate you to someone is the most underappreciated thing that I think people can realise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's quite ironic. I think it's so much meaningful when you say I appreciate what you do.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's a nice word, isn't
Yeah.
It's
Yeah. It's like the
yeah,
little
it's
things.
just like so the irony of it being
When you
so
say it properly, though, like
underappreciated.
some people can say, "Yeah, I appreciate that," but no, it's like a but,
Yeah,
and it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, they're not really
Oh,
appreciating
yeah,
it. It's like completely
appreciate it makes
undercutting what the word means.
Well, it's the different things, isn't it? It's like the when you're saying to like a friend or a colleague or someone's like, "Oh, I appreciate you, I appreciate what you've done," or then you send them an email and work, and it's like, "Appreciate what you're saying,"
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
But
yeah. That's two
don't
different
come back
things.
to me
Yeah.
with that crap
yeah,
again.
definitely.
So we'll get back to our set questions. What's the Scouse trait you carry? What's the bit that could only be forged in this area?
Ooh, I think it's my unshakable, unbreakable, positive mind of it'll be sound.
Yeah,
I think that's a proper Scouse thing.
It's the Scouse resistance.
Scouse resistance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're just
yeah,
resistance because of all the crap that we've had to be put through over the years by different places and people.
Do you know what's mad? Right, this is what I was thinking about this not long ago. When I was in Camp America, I was only like 18, and when you're like in a new place and you're looking up to all these new people that you're meeting, I remember this woman talking to me. She was quite like, I think she was quite wealthy. She was like a doctor or something. She was on the camp, and sure, she was like a medical nurse on the camp, and she was talking to me
Mhm.
about like job opportunities and stuff. Can't remember what the context was, but I remember her saying like, you might want to consider trying to like lose your accent a little bit, because it can often put people off when you're going for jobs. If you're coming in with a very thick accent, it can make yourself less like marketable for jobs. And I remember thinking, oh, that's quite good advice, that okay. And I feel like I lost my accent for a bit. And then when I went to New Zealand, I definitely come back with a bit of an accent. And then like in the last few years, like working in a Scouse school surrounded by Scouse kids all the time, like it's come
Mhm.
straight back. And I'm like, that's who I am, and that's part of me. So why would you want to lose it if someone would like not consider giving me a job because of my accent, that I wouldn't want to work there anyway?
it's like
Yeah.
you're seen as less intelligent for having
No, it
a
is.
strong
Yeah,
accent.
it's like it's like
It's
people relate accent with intelligence sometimes, and it's mad.
Yeah,
so that's I mean, I could criticize that person for that advice, but back in however old that person was and wherever she comes from, that's probably the advice people were
Yeah,
given. So going back to the 80s and before that, regional television didn't really exist and you wouldn't have regional accents. Everyone had that kind of common English upper tone voice, and it's only like the last 20 years, and Brookside was a big difference maker when that came out and so popular, and people learn different accents and people speaking. So yeah, it's a very old piece of advice that
yeah.
someone would give
She was
that
she was in her
are
60s, I
very
think. Well, she was quite
misinformed.
old, so that'll be what.
Yeah, and in her day, it probably was. It was very true. Probably,
Maybe, yeah.
yeah,
it's you'll see actors get told to lose their
oh yeah,
accents, and
yeah.
you know, it's not because people want to hear different regional
Yeah, yeah.
accents and regions. But yeah, what about you, Beth? Any Scouse traits that you
It's
carry?
harder for me to answer that really. I think just like that caring for other people. Like I'm really, really empathetic, and I feel like I've realised after being in other places other than Liverpool that a lot of people don't have that sense of empathy for other people and just like wanting to help people, be willing to help. Whereas I feel like Scouse is just like they want to help you.
Yeah. We were talking about this the other
You've
day.
also got that artistic side, haven't you? The very artistic side that,
Yeah, creative.
Liverpool again is so full of culture and
Yeah,
art
yeah,
and
yeah.
different kinds
But
of
yeah, I
skills.
feel like that like wanting to follow your dreams and stuff as well and be in creativity
Mhm.
definitely.
Yeah. Sorry, Matt, what was you going to say
No, I
then?
was saying we were talking about this the other day, just saying like we've been to other places, like like even like Manchester. I think they're similar in some ways, but they're just not the same in terms of like in Liverpool. I'm not saying everyone's really kind, because obviously there are some bad people out there, but I feel like generally speaking, if you've like fell over and hurt your knee and someone sees you in the street and they'll say, "Yeah, come and get a plaster, lad," something like that, or like, or someone sees that for example, outside the own bargain the other week, there was a homeless man there, and I said, "Do you want anything, lad?" So I went and bought him like a Mars bar and a drink or something. Do you know what I mean? Just little things like
Mhm.
that where people feel like look out for each other, and fist bumping each other in the street, or I don't know,
Yeah,
whatever it is.
yeah.
I feel like you don't get that everywhere. You take that for granted sometimes.
Well, yeah, it's like you'd go to London, you're walking down the street, and someone could have a drop dead and have a
Yeah.
heart attack, and people will just step over
Yeah,
them.
Yeah, I remember going to
We had,
London the first time and no one even makes eye contact with you on the tube.
mad.
I mean, to be fair, I love going to London for that reason a lot of the time, because people just ignore you and leave you alone. But then there's also like you come back here and it's very
Mm.
Yeah,
different. We were when my eldest was about 2 or 3, we went to London once, and we were coming down the escalator, one of the tubes, I can't remember which one it was, it's the big main one, and his shoelace got caught in the bottom of the escalator, and he was trapped. And everyone was just like, I had to push the button to stop it because we were trying to get him out, and he was like, and it was all packed and everything. And instead of being like, "Oh shit, mate," it's just like whatever. People were just like barging
Oh my
past us and
God.
calling us stuff because we were
Yeah, I
like
couldn't think when it
getting in
was
their way, and they were so
Yeah.
That's not for me,
like
that.
he's 3. I think he was either 2 or 3, and I was like, "I'm going to swing this one in a minute," and like we had to like drag him off and all that, and yeah, but everyone was just like getting like, "Oh, what are you doing? You stupid!" and like, pushing past you,
Big
and
city mentality,
like
in it. New York and stuff, they're all the same,
Yeah.
same thing.
Paris is like that.
yeah, it was crazy time
Yeah.
that, but. So what's the seat you both fill now? What are you most proud of right now where you're at? And
Well, everything that we're gonna do over the next couple of years is gonna be magical, and I'm proud that like we've got ourselves in this situation. Like some people would say, "Oh, you're really lucky. It's such a privilege that you can go and do that," and it is a privilege. But at the same time, we've worked really hard for the last, Beth's been teaching since she was 21. I've been teaching for the last 4 years. I've been saving, putting money away. We've just recently invested and bought our first house and rented that out. So like we're trying to cover as many, stones as possible, leave no stones unturned, and put ourselves in a good position. And we as I say, we've worked hard to get here, but also we've also took that risk of quitting the job and putting ourselves in what some people might think is a vulnerable position. But I'm sure I've got no worries, no regrets, anything like that. I'm sure it'll be amazing.
Yeah.
So that's definitely what I'm
Yeah.
most proud of at the minute, the position that we've got ourselves in.
Yeah, I agree. Like we've worked really hard to get here, and I'm really proud with like how my art's going because like taking the risk of leaving teaching was one thing, but then I genuinely thought that I would be going on supply most of the time and having to do a lot of other jobs just to like make some money. But the fact that
Yeah.
I've been able to basically do my art this entire time since September up till now and live off that and make money from that, like just selling a piece of art is not even just about the money. It's like just that someone wants your artwork enough to actually like
Mhm.
want to pay for it and,
Yeah.
and have it in their home. Like it's just like such a lovely feeling.
Look how happy she is. Look how
So it
excited
makes
she
you
is.
really proud that like you've created something that someone wants and that someone's connected with.
Yeah. I mean, I relate to that so much with the books I've released
Yeah.
and seeing people go out and buy them, and there was never kind of I'm going to release a book. It was just a spare of the moment thing, and then like someone came to me at the match the other week, and they were like, "Oh, you're Marty, you wrote that book."
Nice.
I'm like, "Yeah," and I was like, I was with one of my mates, and I was like, "Oh my god, what's going on?" Like, or people asking to sign a copy for it, and I'm
yeah.
like,
Sick.
"Okay, yeah, that's," and I'm just like, this is something that wasn't a dream or anything, but
Yeah.
I think what you said as well, people saying it's a privilege to do what you do, and as you said, you've put yourself in that position by saving and doing everything you have to do,
Mhm.
but also you've took the steps that you've had to take to like come out your comfort zone, be really brave, and
Yeah.
like take a risk, haven't you? It's not a privilege. It's you've been brave
Yeah.
and took that kind
And
of
anyone can do it.
step.
That's like
Mhm.
that's what I want to
Yeah.
share. And like I've made a YouTube channel and the Instagram and stuff like that. I want it to be inspirational to other
Mhm.
people that like you can see all
Yeah.
these videos of people put on like and vlogs of people in Thailand and all these places and think, oh, I'd love to do that one day. And like you
Mhm.
literally can.
Matt, you persuaded me. I'm going to leave my wife and 4
Yeah.
kids and go shopping around with it. See you later. Jim my job off and leave the wife and kids.
Just
Bye.
take
I'm
them
going
all
to.
with you.
I'm going to San Francisco.
Loads of people are doing that now, though. There's loads. I follow someone on TikTok, 4 backpacks and 4 dreams or something like that.
Just to be clear, that's not loads of people leaving the wife and kids. Just loads of people going
That's what I'm
traveling.
saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about like people taking the kids over to like
Let's not be putting
Thailand.
that message out for
No, we're not
people.
advocating just waving your,
No.
waving your family off, but people basically selling up the houses and stuff and just moving to Thailand, Vietnam, places like that. It's
Mhm.
becoming really common because the quality of life and the cost of living over there is just insane. If you can get yourself like a portable job, what do you call it? Remote job,
Portable job.
portable job,
Yeah, yeah.
remote job.
We looked at doing it to Australia. We talked about it, but because of the kids and wanting them to be around the family,
Yeah.
it was
difficult,
you know,
isn't
the
it?
young kids
Yeah.
growing up and me.
That's the thing that we've talked about
That
is
was
family. Like we wouldn't want to
That
be
family is
separated from it.
literally the only thing that's keeping me in England. Nothing else is keeping me in England.
yeah,
Mm.
and that's important, isn't it? Like, that's why it's so important. But yeah, it's something, you know, and it's something that you think everyone thinks about, isn't it?
Yeah,
But
I'm really
it's
hoping
the
that
right
my
decision.
family
I
will
can
move to
decide.
Australia with me.
Yeah, I mean, the decisions you make at the time is the right decision at that time, isn't it? It's no point having regrets for decisions that you make and things you
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
I'm just going to send them loads and
Um,
loads of pictures of amazing places and hopefully persuade them.
Yeah, mine too.
I mean, it should. If that doesn't do it, then that's not.
Yeah. Why not?
When I was um, when I was 18, I decided to go to America for Camp America to St. Louis, and it was always, I always remember it was quite funny. I went to like an open day in a university, and that was one of the things. So I was like, yeah, I signed up for it, and they came back to me and they're like, oh, you know, where's all your details and everything what you're doing? And I was like, yeah, okay, cool. And I was going on the 1st of September in '99, and it was probably the end of July when I first told my parents because I forgot all about it that I was doing it and was just like, oh, by the way, I'm moving away for 6 months. And they're like, what do you mean? What do you mean? And I was like, oh yeah, I've signed up for this thing. It's all gone through. I forgot to tell you.
Forgot to tell you.
And I just went and done it.
By the way.
And then I was over there, and the first week I had my own like apartment in the campus, and I had a phone, and then the phone went after a week. So I answered the phone, I was like, hello, and like, Adam. I was like, yeah. And it was my mum, and she was like, I have been trying to get a hold of you for a week. You haven't contacted me to even say you got there
Oh,
safe.
my
And I was like,
days.
oh yeah, sorry. She had to phone the regional office of the company, who had to phone the head office down in London, who had to
She
phone
probably
the head
thought you
office
were
in
dead, you
America.
messing.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
seriously. It was over a week before a contact to say I got there.
Just having them.
And she had to go through all the, again, there was no internet, anything like that
Oh, yeah.
properly.
I get
Yeah.
you. Yeah.
I was just sitting there my first week enjoying things. And then she's on the phone, she's like, I've been worried
Gotta kill
sick.
you.
You haven't even done this yet. I told you got there. I don't even know if the flight landed. I'm like,
Oh,
yeah, I'm here, I'm fine.
Well, see now, my
So now?
dad's got the flight tracker and everything. Now he'll FaceTime me as soon as I land.
Well, that's it. Like, my boys, on their phones, we have trackers. So it tells us exactly where they are every minute of the
yeah.
day.
Yeah.
Where I was like their age 14, 13. They didn't know where you were. You just like, that's to say.
Yeah.
It was a different time.
Yeah.
So what's your legacies? What's the one thing you want to leave behind? And what's the one thing you want to take?
Cool. Leave behind. Well, I guess like my little mark of creativity, my artwork is what I want to leave.
Murals all over the
Yeah.
cities around the world or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. You've got a real
I've
tangible
left my
thing.
mark in a few places now, so
Yeah. For me, it's about
You just need to, on the Sunday, you just need to go paint something somewhere on a building and just leave it.
Yeah.
well, she was putting the feelers
Cool.
out to try and get on. You know, when you're going into town, them new massive murals on the houses in Kirkdale, around Kirkdale, you're onto them.
Yeah,
The
yeah, I
little
think
boss,
so.
the
The flower
flower ones
streets.
and stuff. She was trying to,
Oh, the flowers. Yeah, my mate used to live on the flower
she was
streets.
trying to get into doing one of them, which would be amazing. But the fella, the connection they had, didn't realise we're going away soon. So hopefully that's something they can do when they come
Yeah.
back.
And
That'd
yeah,
be,
there's so many like hoops to get through to actually do a mural with funding. So
yeah,
maybe in a few years' time I might be able to do a big mural.
yeah,
That's the hope.
yeah. That'd be cool.
Just go do one on the walls, hands off, that's cool,
graffiti.
or something.
Illegally do one.
Do some graffiti work, yeah.
Yeah, like Banksy.
Yeah.
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 Betsy.
Yeah.
Betty. For me, I think the legacy, I just want to help as many people as I possibly can to be happier and experience the things that I'm going to experience. And I think one thing I always think about, it might be a mad thought, this, I don't know if other people have this, but do you ever think about when you have your funeral and you're gone, how people would, react and what they're going to say about you? Like, is that something that I think? And I was like, what would I want people to say about me when I'm not here? And I'd love loads of people to be there, obviously crying and that, proper gutted. And and saying, wow, he helped me this time when I went through this, or wow, I know my cousin or my brother, he gave them some boss advice, or he was always there for me, this type of thing. That's how I want to be remembered. So I think that's a good way to think about what legacy you want to leave.
Yeah, I mean, I have that kind of thought pattern a lot, and like, what do people say when you're not there, kind of thing,
Mm.
and it's quite sombering and that. But then I think as well, I'm going to be one of them people who leaves like a recording in the coffin, and have someone set it off at a certain time, just to wind people up, and or do a beyond the grave video just before you die, where it's like,
Beyond
do you know what? And just like call people out. I'm glad you're here. I hate you.
That would be so funny.
I have always thought, I have that last word, I have always thought you're a bit of a dick, right?
But
And I'm telling you
you
now because
sound.
you can't say back.
If you're here at this funeral, you're fake.
Yeah. That would be funny, to be fair.
Why? If you're here, why are you here? You didn't even like me and growing up, go away.
Wow,
You're only here for the free food, you're not dead.
that would be funny. That'd be very Scouse.
Yeah, it was.
That is, yeah, that's one of the things I'm probably going to do, but it's, yeah. My wife, it depends when my wife presses the play button or not, but she said she won't. So, yeah.
Oh.
And the last question then, what's your favourite Liverpool word or phrase?
Boss.
Boss. I was going to say exactly that. Boss.
That's best, that.
It just got so much fun.
Just covers
As
you
you
up.
can say it with
You
the
can
sun.
say it in so many ways. Boss.
Yeah. It does just cover everything, doesn't it? You can't like beat the word.
It can
boss.
also be used in so many ways though, because you can also use it in a conversation when you no longer want to entertain someone. So you just go, yeah, boss that.
Boss.
Yeah. Or even when you're pissed off with someone or they do something wrong and you go, you boss you, aren't you?
Yeah.
mate?"
Yeah.
It's so
It's
versatile.
versatile.
Yeah.
I think we've got like a few words because me and my friend were talking about another episodes where we say sound and the connotation sound has.
Mm.
It's there's different, and one of the girls in work came back who listened to it and she was like, does that mean when you message something back to us in work and you say sound, that can mean you're either all right or pissed off or whatever? I'm like, yeah, you've got to figure
Yeah.
that out.
Work it out.
You've got to go back and look at what the conversation flow was, where I've come to the point where I just go sound.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah. I
boss.
can tell when it's like a
love boss.
sarcastic boss. Like, boss.
Boss.
Do people understand boss when you're traveling and all that? And you say
We'll have to
like,
teach them.
Nah, yeah, I forgot because it's been like 5 years since I was in New Zealand now, but I do miss, like, it is proper funny when you come across like some proper Kiwis or Aussies, whatever, and they just find it hilarious, your accents. Like, oh my God, no way, bro, that's crazy. What did you just say? It is funny.
I used to get in America. I'd ask someone for a lift somewhere, so say, can you give us a lift?
Stop
And they
hitting
come
it
back
up.
and like, how many of you going? How many am I
'cause you get
taking?
lost.
I'm
Yeah.
like, just me. I was like, because I said us. What? Who's us? I'm like, me.
Oh,
Well, why are you
Yeah,
saying
that's a
us?
Scouse thing, that, isn't it? Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Or me mum or me dad. Well, it's my mum and dad. No, it's me.
Yeah,
Me
yeah.
mum.
Yeah.
Me
There's
dad.
so many. You don't realise
Yeah.
how many things there are until you're speaking to somebody who doesn't know what you're saying, and then
Yeah.
it's actually loads of different things like that.
Yeah. Something that makes me laugh is like, I've noticed loads of Scousers, they always end the sentences with, do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean?
No, it doesn't.
And like, it's
nah,
not even relevant, but they just end it with, do you know what I mean?
I can go on the Asda. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just gonna get
Do you know
some
what
of
I
them
mean?
brioche buns, do you know what I mean?
Or like, that's another one that we're into. What do you mean, like?
Oh yeah, like, yeah.
Yeah, I love the use of Scouse language and how we interpret it and how other people just don't understand it.
Yeah.
It just makes me laugh all the time.
Matt had
but-
an American comment on a video saying thank goodness for subtitles.
Yeah. Yeah, that accent is dope.
That accent's dope. Yeah, subtitles do help a lot of people, don't
Yeah.
they? It's just, I think it's just funny. But thanks to both of your time. Really enjoyed that.
Thank you for having us.
Being a pleasure.
Is there anything you want to put out there or say anything
Yeah,
more about or
Get your art
promote
page
or
out there, kid.
our page
Yeah,
on?
just if you want to support my art, just give me a follow on Instagram. I assume you'll probably tag me as well, won't you, and things. But yeah, I'm just buzzing to be making art now and being able to get it out there. And I've got 3 paintings left in my Liverpool collection, so check them out. And I'm going to be making a few last minute paintings this week before I leave.
And this is like, supporting young artists in Liverpool who's living the dream of not being tied down and being able to create pieces of work and
Yeah.
put that out for the world to see and use. That's what this city does best as well. They promote and
Yeah.
encourage I've found that with the stuff I put out there, the amounts of support I've had from local people
Yeah.
Yeah,
who've
definitely.
really pushed me out. Me.
Yeah.
I think if you're doing something
it's
with
what
good intentions and it's pure, people know that and they can see through that.
Yeah.
If it's fake, then people see through it, especially Scousers, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it really genuine.
And a lot of it's Everton. You've done a lot of Everton pictures as well, which are
That
always
was
good
my
to have with
idea. That
Everton
she
fans
didn't
and
want to
stuff.
do it, but I forced her to because I thought people want this, people need this.
Yeah. To be
But,
honest,
yeah.
I don't usually paint buildings really, but I actually quite enjoyed painting the stadium in the end. Like all the reflections on it and everything were
Mhm.
really
She
interesting.
won't do it at Liverpool painting. It's been requested multiple
I'm not
times.
doing
She's not
Anfield.
doing it.
I'm not doing Anfield, sorry.
I wasn't. So why'd you
Why?
need to do
Where's
that?
that?
It's just
Well,
like
what is that? Yeah.
Where's that?
it's like it's falling apart anyway. There's leaks and
Yeah.
everything. Kinda. It's like you wouldn't be able to capture the cracks and everything and all the crap around
Yeah.
it.
No.
But you needed something bright and shiny.
Exactly. On the water as well.
You done
Yeah,
with your
and it
plug?
stinks in Anfield as
I'm
well.
done with my plug. Yeah. Yeah.
Can I,
But
can I,
thank you
can
for
I
the
plug?
support.
Can I plug me?
Go on.
Yeah.
Me. So
You've got. I mean, plug your podcast, Matt. What's your podcast about?
So the podcast, I've changed the name. It was the Mindset Curriculum because, long story short, all the names that I thought of were all taken. I wanted like Rise and Vibe, things like this, like things to do with like mindset, peak positivity, stuff like that. I liked. They were all taken. And Mindset Curriculum, I wanted it to do with school curriculum, but about like positive mindset and stuff like that. But I've sort of decided that when we're away and traveling, I want it to be about like adventuring, like getting out your comfort zone and inspiring people to do the same. So I just decided to just call it the Where's Hodgie podcast, just keep it the same as me name on like YouTube and TikTok and stuff. And then I like thought about it, and it's like people don't have to search for that. The podcast, like, people want something to do with mindset, so they type in mindset. But I thought if people are listening to it, it's because they like me and they buy into me and the way I talk or the things I've posted. So I thought it doesn't really matter what the name is, I may as well keep it all the same. So yeah, I'm in the middle of like rebranding it, but I'm gonna call it the Where's Hodgie the podcast, and then my YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram is Where's Hodgie. If you're confused what that is, my name's Mr. Hodge as a teacher. And I thought, like, Where's Wally? If you see my little Instagram pic, it's like me as like a.
You've got some merch out there, haven't you, as well?
You've
Yeah.
what?
He's got me.
Got some where's Hodgie
Oh, well,
merch,
funny,
haven't you?
funny that listen, entrepreneurial mindset. You got to try things, but I spend hours and hours making all that stuff. Beth can verify this, and I literally sold 3 mugs. I lost 60 quid or something in like all the money I put into it. And I thought my thought process was all the kids out of school that were like with my little mates that I got on with. Thought they'd buy it as like a gimmick and a bit of a joke for like a Christmas present, but they didn't. And it was me mate from down south who I met in Ibiza, bought 3 mugs for his garage, and that was it. God loves a try though, that, doesn't he?
Do you know what? It's again taking that step. I've done loads of stuff and put stuff out there, and it's like I've lost a bit of money
What a
on
thing.
things.
You've got to
Yeah.
try
on the
things,
books and publicity, but
yeah.
it's money that I can afford to lose. It's not like I'm not paying the baby's bloody milk powder away.
Yeah. It's just a little bit of it. You've got to spend money to make money, haven't you? And it didn't work, but maybe in the future, in 6 months' time, when we've been traveling and I've got 500,000 followers, hopefully, we'll see.
And even if it doesn't work, you've done it for you, and you've got that now for yourself.
That's all it is.
Exactly, yeah.
That's all that matters.
The aim is we want to just have fun with it. We like making little movies and stuff when we go on holiday. We've done like little clips, and when we go on camping and that, like little reels on Instagram. So I thought I'll make something anyway, and then my family can see all the YouTube clips and stuff, and basically be there with us and
'cause
see the things that we're
we'll
doing.
be vlogging like when we're traveling.
We're gonna
so you
do
can see
do
what we're up
vlogs,
to.
so it'll be fun. But the hope is that it's different to what's out there already. You've got like your hashtag Brady type people who just post about like getting as smashed as they possibly can in all the clubs in Thailand, and you get other people who are like informative, travel channels, like giving you information about places. I want mine to just be like an informal thing like this, what we're doing, just like real people, real, stories, experience, and showing like what it's like to be, a normal Scouser who's quit his job to go and show all the amazing things you can do if you take the step. So that's the angle I'm going for. Hopefully it takes off, we'll see. But if not, it's loads of good memories. So
Yeah.
Well, it's all positivity, isn't it? It's all good stuff, and people should buy into that more, I think.
we'll see.
There's too much negativity on the internet where people are just shouting and crying at everyone.
Yeah.
And that gets a lot of like followers and whatever, but it's what are you giving
Yeah,
yourself?
it's just for
Yeah.
attention, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
we'll see.
But no, you're a lovely couple. I hope your travelling goes really well.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
I'll put all your links will be in the bottom. Hopefully, people get on, follow you, and follow the adventures of the couple who gave up. Not gave up. You haven't gave up anything. Sorry, you took a step and moved into something that you wanted to follow your dreams and passion, which is admirable.
And
Boss.
you can follow us along on the journey.
Thank you.
So you are going to do a vlog on it, like as you're traveling.
Yeah, on the
Yeah.
YouTube channel. So the Instagram and the TikTok's like the short, real stuff to capture people's attention,
Okay.
because that's the thing that gets around. You like you said before, you can get a video and within an hour it can have 10,000 people have seen it. So hopefully that can draw some attention to see, okay, I like what this guy's doing, I like what these people are doing, the positive, whatever. And then they'll come across hopefully the YouTube channel, and that's the aim. So the YouTube would be like longer stuff of like full clips of all the places we've been, and a bit like a podcast on the move, talking about the stuff we've done,
And
sharing our stories, and
following us with what we're
seeing
up
the
to.
amazing places we're gonna go. So it'll be special. I think it'll be really good.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Can't wait to see it all. So thanks for that. I really loved that conversation. It was, as I say, just admirable what you're doing.
Thank you.
2 hours deep,
We've
nearly 2 hours deep.
We've
Time
enjoyed
flies, doesn't
this
it?
conversation as well.
It does, just a normal conversation. These are the best ones.
Thank you very
But
much.
that's it for this episode of The Seat We Fill. Hope if anything you heard stays with you, because that's the point we're trying to put across. And thanks everyone for giving us your time. It really matters, and catch us all soon.
Peace.